Good evening. It's so wonderful to see all of you here in person, not on a computer screen. My name is Denise Peterson. I'm president of the MG21 Governing Board, and I want to welcome you to this special celebration where we honor the graduating class of 2021. It's been a challenging year for all of us, but I think particularly difficult for students. And we are proud to say that despite this struggle, the seniors are ready to take the next step on their path. Thank you to all of the family and friends who are here to share this night with the graduates. Your support has no doubt meant a great deal to them as they worked to reach this milestone. I'd also like to thank my fellow governing board members, many of whom are here tonight. They have been important to the school's success, and to thank our school board and superintendent. Part of our success is due to the strong working relationship we have with them and the fact that they allow us to do what charter schools ought to do, which is innovate and work to meet the needs of students. Finally, before I hand this over to one of our wonderful teachers, Ian Lowe, it's important that I thank the MG21 staff. Like us, they had their worlds turned upside down, and somehow they just kept going. They are a determined and dedicated group of people, and I am very proud of the fact that I've had an opportunity to work with them. Now, here's Ian to tell you about the class of 2021.
All right, can you hear me all right? No. No? I have this fear that the speech is going to go flying away. So if that happens, give me support or something. Thanks. Hey, everybody. I want to thank everyone who is here today and maybe not here today to celebrate these 7 incredible graduates. I'm not a singing person. Trust me, you don't want me to sing. Fingers crossed, we're going to get that with Jess and Paul later. But there are song lyrics that I want to share with you all that encompass the challenge, the tenacity, and the hope endured by this class of graduates. The song is All That Is Grown by Ben Harper, and I recently played this for our Science and Society crew. I want to share my reflections of the 2021 class through these lyrics. The last verse goes like this. Our choices and our words, like that bird, have flown. After the storm, look at all that is grown. The storm. March 2020. We were collectively knocked back. Last year, I remember the compassion you all expressed for the class of 2020. You were remorseful that the last couple months of their school year were so disrupted. We still don't know all that you would have to endure throughout the summer and the entirety of your senior year. It has been a swirl of asynchronous learning, synchronous learning, hybrid learning, Google Meets, launch pads, supply pickups, physical distancing. The storm sure has lasted a long time. Throughout it all, we continuously reckoned with the fact that navigating the storm required striving for public health, community, and justice. Our choices and our words, like that bird, have flown. After the storm, look at all that is grown. Our choices and our words. Since the storm began, we've found ourselves responding, reacting, and adapting. We've been witness to your choices and your words to guide yourselves, your peers, your communities through this storm. You've continued to show up, not always on time, not always in the right Google Meet, but you've continually showed up when it would have been much easier not to. More importantly than arriving on time for a Google Meet, I think about the things you've done for your community, your imprint. We look out at this graduating class and we see someone who used his hands to build plows that cleared paths for others during the depths of the Wisconsin winters. This class includes 2 graduates who produced and released an album during the pandemic and are now able to share the music they have created through live events for others to take in and enjoy. Check out the Flying Fuzz, y'all. We see an individual who writes letters and makes birthday cakes to friends and teachers, leading with her values to fill buckets, to make others laugh, and to spark joy. We have a graduate here who has immersed himself in the learning process, first listening to learn, and then teaching those at home what he has learned, whether it's current events, military history, or identifying bird calls. Finally, we have 2 graduates in this class who have been true leaders in our school community through their role as restorative justice circle keepers. Not only did they facilitate our final staff professional development, but at a time where so many of us struggled with isolation and disconnection, they created spaces for their peers to feel safe, seen, and heard. Our choices and our words, like that bird, have flown. After the storm, look at all that has grown. Look at all that has grown. This is not just a story of loss, but also growth. Look around right now at our school garden. A living testament, oh, see, it's flying away. A living testament to the incredible work you all did during 4th quarter. Look at the fact that we were able to come together finally through our senior wilderness trip. Look at how we've learned alongside each other throughout this storm, asking questions and seeking answers to help us see the world more clearly, to celebrate its beauty, and to critically examine its scars, all the while equipping us with the tools to begin healing its wounds. Look at how these graduates found joy and wonder in small places this year. Look at this graduating class. Congratulations, graduates. We can't wait to see where you'll fly next. Now, the student speeches. First up, Raiden Edseth Griffin.
I'm also going to stand on this box because it's a nice shirt and we need it for pictures. All right. My name is Raiden McMahon Edseth Griffin, and this is one of the most exciting nights of my life so far. Finally, after 13 years of homework, group projects, and seemingly endless anxiety, I will be getting my piece of paper. What have I learned over those 13 years, I hear you asking? Good question. I could probably regurgitate all the dates, names, formulas, and rules that I've had to memorize, but we were told to keep these speeches short and sweet. Plus, if I dump all that information out, I might have a hard time getting it back in my head. And I might need it later, so I'm going to hang on to it for now. Some lessons that will never fall out of my head, though, are the ones I learned about myself and about life. These particular lessons have been taught to me by myself, my parents, and the greatest public educators that money can underpay. And these have been the hardest lessons to learn. Well, you know what we say about hard things at MG21. Lesson 1, we can do hard things. No matter what life throws at us, we can overcome it. Sometimes we may have to gnash our teeth and scream to muster up the strength, but we can do it. Which leads me to lesson 2. Sometimes we have to do hard things. It sucks, and it may seem easier in the short term to just blow it off, but deep down, we all know that we'll feel a lot better if we just do it. Or maybe the fear is that we can't handle it all ourselves. But that's actually perfect, because it drops us off right in front of lesson 3. We never have to do hard things on our own. No matter how alone we may feel, we all have people in our lives who love us, value us, and want to help us. Whether we're writing an essay or trying to figure out what the hell we're going to do with our lives after high school, we are not alone. I promise, if you set aside your pride and realize there is nothing wrong with asking for help, you will... Shit. Not only will hard things seem a lot more doable, but you won't feel so alone. The last that last lesson has taken me a while to learn. I used to think it was virtuous to be independent and never ask for help, that asking for help was weak. But now I know that asking for help is one of the strongest things you can do. It's humble and brave, and the people who love you will only see it as humble and brave. Now, for the standard, boring part, the thank yous. I'll try to make them as fun as possible, though. First, thank you to Michelle Bartman for teaching me about hard things and how to do them. Also, thank you for making me laugh by making everybody else in our advisory cringe awfully. Your dry, cheesy sense of humor and remorseless sarcasm are definitely noted. Thank you to Rebecca Fox Blair for putting yourself through the ringer, keeping this school running. Nobody else could do what you do, certainly not me. Your effort is seen and sincerely appreciated. Thank you to Paul Marks. Thank you to Jess Frayne for being here for me and all the other students at this school as our sole social worker. You keep us sane. Thank you to Orion Wells for introducing me to a passion in circle keeping. Your love for your job shows in the splendid work you do. Thank you to Jean Delcourt and Stacy Levin for teaching me the value of hard work in service of others and for taking me on a life-changing trip to Pine Ridge. Of course, thank you to Ian Lowe. Ian, you also introduced me to a passion of mine, writing. And your classes will always stand out to me as some of my favorites in my entire school career. I also have to thank you for leaving the same year I'm leaving. This way, I don't have to go a year at MG21 without you. Now, thank you to my mom, my godmom, and the grandmas for raising me to be their dope feminist son. Not that I really had much of a choice, considering the legion of strong women in my life. But I wouldn't trade any of you for any man. Finally, thank you to all my friends, both past and present, for accepting me as I am and getting me out of the house. Now, I'll leave you with a quote from the author of my favorite book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Douglas Adams. I may not have gone where I intended to go, but I think I've ended up where I needed to be. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Preston Ivy. I'm interested in video games and being out in nature and swimming. Some values that are important to me are honesty, loyalty, and happiness. I also try to live up to these values myself. One of the quotes that has really stuck with me because I believe it represents a lot of people in this world is, "Stupid people think they know everything, but smart people understand everything." I have changed a lot since my time beginning high school. I used to goof around a lot and ignore or not do the work that was assigned to me. Now I have realized that it's much better to get your work done right away versus waiting and having it stack up and then getting overwhelmed at the amount of work you have to do. I have faced many challenges throughout my time in high school, such as not being able to get all my work done on time or staying focused in my classes. I have overcome these challenges by working hard and pushing myself. I have grown in my ability to get to the truth or to research things. I have grown in my ability to help the community out by participating in Ice Age trail cleaning work and also by helping out when Monona was flooded and I helped pack and place sandbags, and going to Second Harvest and helping pack food for less fortunate families. Throughout my time in high school, I have come to understand that I really like to be out in nature and to help take care of nature. I hope in the future to possibly get involved with a job that relates to nature or working outdoors. One of the biggest things I have realized while being in high school is it doesn't matter what people think about you or how you look. What matters is what actions you take to improve your life in the long run. I believe I can find my way in this world pretty well, but I know there is still an infinite amount of things to learn. Some things I will take away from my time being at MG21 are that there are other paths to achieve your goals in life. Things are not set in stone. There is not one single path you have to follow to succeed in life. There are many different choices and paths. Some advice to people who are going through high school or about to go through it is to get your work done as soon as you can. Don't let it pile up, because that will only make your experience worse. I'd like to thank my family and friends and teachers for supporting me to get to where I am now. Thank you.
Okay, hi, my name's Coyote. I am a gardener and a proud tortoise mama. In my spare time, I roller skate, play guitar, and go on adventures. All throughout my life, I have struggled with anxiety to an extreme. This took a toll on my grades, my relationships, and my sense of self. In most schools, they don't teach you how to take time for yourself or how to balance your learning and self-care. I used to feel like all I was good for was my academic performance, so I would avoid raising my hand, too scared to be wrong or to make myself look stupid. MG21 taught me how to recognize my disorder in a new light. It was never something that I needed to change or get rid of. I simply needed to notice it and pay attention to the symptoms so that I can find and understand the source of the fear. Integrating school and self-care really helped me to feel like a human being and not a robot trying to cram in info like a machine. With time, I was able to set healthy boundaries in my relationships, give presentations like this, share my work to the class, raise my hand, be vulnerable with others, and become a strong member of the community, all at the same time. I became brave enough to take a chance on being wrong and own it. I feel like I can better serve myself and others. I can definitely navigate my life path more manageably now that I know how to take better care of myself. In the future, I hope to live with a self-reliant form of energy and a sustainable garden. I dream of the biggest, beautiful garden that will feed both me and my tortoise. I have already been planning and researching my garden for next year. I would prefer to live where the brush and the trees are so thick that you can't see or hear human signs of life. I hope to have a well-paying job that allows me to become a voice for the land, perhaps an environmental lawyer, or I'll get involved in some nonprofit organizations. My biggest takeaway from MG21 is how to be an active member of a community. This school taught me that I have more of an impact on others than I first believed. I used to have a very negative perspective. I struggled to find meaning in life when I felt so small and invisible. The strong sense of community I got to experience changed my life forever. I was supported on a personal level not only by all the staff, but nearly all of my peers as well. Overwhelmed by the support I felt, I thought I would never be able to repay my community, but that doesn't mean I didn't try. I organized school events, held support circles, and even planned student meetings to talk about our needs as a school. I fell in love with problem solving and supporting others. I'd like to thank my mom, Chucky, my siblings, my dad, my stepmom, Arnold, Billy, Grandma, Ann, FB, Paul Marks, Jess, Ian, Michelle, my fellow seniors, Stacy, Jean, Jackie Chan, Kevin, Orion, and everyone for helping me grow and become the person that I am today. I would like to end with a quote from John Green's book, Looking for Alaska. We think we are invisible because we are. We cannot be born and we cannot die. Like all energy, we can only change shapes and sizes and manifestations. Thank you.
My name is Lucy O'Halloran. I came to MG21 as a junior, so sadly most of my time here has been spent virtually. I grew up in Monona with my parents and lots of pets. Since starting high school, what has changed for me most is how I saw and felt about myself. Before coming here, I was shy and scared of everything all the time. And now I'm only shy and scared of everything most of the time. As I come to the end of my senior year, I feel like I'm coming out of my shell more and more confident, and I have lots of supportive friends. I've grown a lot as a member of the MG21 community. I often feel like the alpha. I am the alpha. I am much more willing to jump into group discussions and activities. I've always been a cautious person, and putting myself out there is hard. The pandemic and staying home for a year has made things much worse. But one thing I've discovered about myself is that I'm very passionate about social justice. I feel it is important to continue educating myself and those around me. As I leave MG21, I'm most grateful for what I have learned and the relationships and friendships I've made that I wouldn't have made otherwise. Following graduation, I'm planning to go to Evergreen State College in Olympia, Washington to study photography or film. Nothing has really prepared me for this, but I have lots of support, and so I'll do it. I look forward to moving out of Madison. I feel like it's a bubble here, and it will be eye-opening to go somewhere else and learn lots of new perspectives and insights on the world. I would like to thank my parents, teachers, and friends for helping me get to where I am today. I would also like to thank my very famous band, Sex Lights, for being very famous. But most importantly, I'd like to thank Paul Marks for teaching me how to look busy.
Hi, my name is Calvin. I'm glad I went to MG21 instead of the main high school. I would like to thank my family and parents and teachers. Thanks. That's it.
All right. My name is Noah Tresner. I've been going to MG21 since my junior year. I used to go to the main high school, but it just wasn't for me. That's how they told us to say that. I love music. Anyone who knows me knows that. It's always been a part of my life, and it better stay that way. If my future doesn't have something to do with music, then I'm not sure if I want a future. I should probably have something to fall back on in case I'm bad at music, but, you know, there's lots of careers in the music. There's music stuff everywhere. Since coming to this school, I've found more value and meaning in what I believe. My peers and teachers help me see that I have a voice and I can use it. I know that I can accomplish anything if I work hard at it and have perseverance. Although procrastination is something I've always struggled with and probably will continue to struggle with, I believe that once I find exactly what I want to do with my life, I'll be able to work hard at it and be the best version of myself that I can. MG21 has helped me become a more outgoing person. I used to be a little more shy and I wouldn't talk to, people that I don't know, but now I definitely feel like I'm more comfortable with myself and I know that I'm cool. I definitely feel like now that I'm legally an adult and I'm graduating, I have the ability to do whatever I want with my life. And it may be overwhelming at first, but I know lots of other people who survive the world just fine. So, the biggest thing I'll take away from being at MG21 is knowing that I'm walking my own path and I get to choose that path, which hopefully has to do with music. When I was thinking of a quote to use for my speech, I thought of a Ronnie James Dio song to use. This is your here, this is your now, let it be magical. I'd like to thank Mom, Dad, Teresa, Benson's parents, Rebecca, Ian, Jean, Stacy, Michelle, Marks, Jess, and Denise. Thank you.
Hey, how we doing out here? I got a speech here for you guys. Hello, everyone. My name is Benson Wood. It's so great to be here among all my peers, teachers, and their families. To quote the great Prince, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. On this day, myself and my senior classmates are taking a step forward into the next chapter of our lives. We celebrate the end of high school and our footing, and we're finding our footing in the earth beneath us. Though today is not only a day of celebration, but one of self-reflection as well. I came to MG21 as a junior. I was and still am very passionate about self-expression. I love all things artistic, in reading, writing, filmmaking, and most importantly, as my friend Noah said, making music. Ayo. Despite my love for such expressions, though, I found it difficult to apply my skills and talents to my education, and I struggled from late middle school to early high school. My grades were much lower than I knew that they could be, and I had all but given up hope and value for the learning experience I was having at the time. Coming to MG21 was the best decision I've made in my entire high school career. I was looking for a more personalized approach to my education, and the staff here welcomed me with open arms. As I adjusted to my new school life, I became engaged and closer with my classmates and my teachers. I spent so much time with so many accepting and loving people, and it opened my mind to many new ideas and lessons. Though I might be quite a talker sometimes, being at MG21 has taught me the importance of being a listener. There's only so much you can do for yourself, let alone the people around you. Sometimes all a person can ask for is for you to lend them your open ear. I now also know the value of being part of a community. This year was rough, but the moment we returned to in-person school, I knew everything would be fine, because everybody here, the students and the staff, care about each other. And learning what I did at MG21, I'm leaving with a better understanding of how I can give back to the world and the people surrounding me. I will walk my path with wisdom and solitude in hopes that I can share it with others and change my world for the better. Today, I'd like to thank my parents. Their love for me knows no bounds, and no matter what happens, they always have my best interests in mind. I thank my siblings, Bailey and Wyatt, for teaching me how to better myself every day and for making me the luckiest big brother in the whole world. I want to especially thank the MG21 staff, Rebecca, Jean, Ian, Michelle, Stacy, Jess, for doing everything in their power to push me forward in my life. And especially Paul Marks, who taught me the difference between strength level and power level. I'd like to thank the MG21 students for making every day interesting and for sharing with me your experiences. I will miss each and every one of you and keep you all in my heart and mind as I make my way through life. For you underclassmen, I want you to remember, everything takes time. Don't stand by waiting for this all to be over, to be where I am right here today. You have so much going for you. You have so much time and so much freedom. You don't realize that now. But you have so many opportunities to begin to know the world and put it all together for yourself. To quote a song I wrote with my friends, salvation, all of your power is in your mind, you know. Thank you.
I feel I should use this too. Thank you, and good evening, and thanks for being here tonight. I'm Phil McDade, and I'm a member of the MG21 Governance Board. And before I give my remarks, could we just hear another round of applause for these wonderful students? I am always reassured that things are going to turn out right when I hear from our MG21 students at this ceremony. This year, we are thrilled to be able to offer the Jerry and Ann Nelson MG21 Student Scholarship. Jerry Nelson was a longtime educator and guidance counselor from Monona Grove and has been a staunch supporter of MG21 since our beginning, and we're really overjoyed to have Jerry and Ann with us here tonight. This year's recipient of the MG21 Student Scholarship is a leader in our school who relies on a calm, quiet inner strength. When challenges arise, he listens to others deeply and calmly offers insight that moves MG21 forward in a positive direction. In both small and large group settings, he is instrumental in creating and maintaining an atmosphere of trust, kindness, and respect. He is a member of Circle Keepers, a restorative justice group at our school that is similar to a student council. In his capacity as a circle keeper, he plans and facilitates school-wide discussions about social issues and also facilitates welcome circles with students who are new to our school. In more formal class environments, his natural inclination to include others helps all of our students feel like their voices are heard. We are pleased and really overjoyed to announce the recipient of this year's scholarship is graduating senior Raiden Edseth Griffin. Raiden has been accepted to Earlham College in Indiana for the fall of 2022 and plans to spend his gap year traveling, learning, and saving. Congratulations, Raiden. Thanks so much, Raiden. We appreciate your time.
I just gave one. Thank you.
Oh man, we've got to take a break from the festivities here because the Wet Wipes, back from their world tour, are here to pay their respects to these graduating seniors. You know, they both graduated from this school way back in the 70s. And maybe we'll be blessed with one of their beautiful tunes. Nothing need no more be said.
All right. My hair's caught in my face a little bit. Oh, yep, there one. Yeah. Welcome. We are the Wet Wipes. I know many of you have seen us before. We're pretty famous. We're right now taking a break.
Pretty famous?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be modest. I don't know these people. I'm just trying to,
I don't even know where they're.
I know.
Okay.
We were just over at one of the stadiums downtown, and for some reason they had to rush us out. Security had to get us out, so this was the only stage available. And so I'm not sure why we're here, but if you don't mind us just breaking whatever you're doing, we have a few groupies, a few of our biggest fans that we want to celebrate.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know us, our band established last year at the start of the pandemic, so we performed at the last graduation. You might have remembered us. We had a little bit more of like a hippie vibe, so we've definitely evolved. Some inspiration this year. We really found ourselves in the metal scene. So, but yeah, some of our greatest fan club members are with us tonight, and they've been holding on to these VIP passes all year. So, this is our chance to kind of.
It's the first opportunity since COVID. Yeah.
So
we'll interrupt for just a few minutes. By a few minutes, probably a half an hour, 45 minutes, if you got that much time. Yeah. We tend to. We're performers. We tend to talk a lot. So. We ready? First member.
Oh yeah, for sure. So there's this girl, Lucy. We love Lucy. And boy, does she love us. Wow. This girl, like, sending us artwork daily. Like, she's obsessed with us. All she wants right now is to get on our next album cover. She's a great artist. She's a beautiful soul. She's got that dark, kind of creepy vibe almost, like she really embodies that metal in her, you know.
The forms are great. But
Right.
I mean, if you can see, we brought, a little example. You can see it has great bones, right?
Yep.
But the color palette, just not metal.
It's not metal
Right?
enough.
It's not metal enough.
No.
And I know she's trying to start a band. I heard something about a band. I don't doubt that.
So Lucy, come
questionable.
on up here. Come
Yeah.
on up here. We want you to keep trying.
And we think you are a phenomenal artist. You are, and we encourage you to continue to create art for everyone to enjoy. More art for my what used to be my office. Now I'm on the road a lot, but my office. But we really want you to start back at the basics with colors. Okay, so
We got you some finger paints.
Some finger paints.
Little like color by number.
little
Just
coloring
start with
book.
the basics,
Yeah.
hon. You'll get
Yep.
there. You'll get there.
And soon enough, we'll just keep
Good.
submitting your artwork.
We do too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Yep. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Let's give Lucy a round of applause,
Yeah.
y'all. That was,
Again, we're the wet wipes, in case you forgot. Thank you. Our next member, boy, he's a fan.
Big
he
fan.
is a fan.
Who isn't?
When we set out on this journey a year ago, we had no idea the meteoric rise that we would take. I mean, leaving our jobs as whatever we did here, I'm not even sure, to be on the road. And we recognize, like, we are too busy with music to ever, like, document what we're doing. I don't remember what I did yesterday, but this young man, he submits some writings to us that are just the history behind them. I knew a guy named Ian Lowe one time that claimed that he was an expert, like he knew history, but this guy puts him to shame, man. This guy loves history. And so this is more of an invitation to Preston to please, we invite you to come on tour with us. We'd love for you to document our history, our continued rise in our fame. The only problem is you never know where he is.
Dude is always decked out in
always
camo.
in camo.
It's so metal.
Like I don't even know what he looks like still. Like I don't
No.
like we see his
I
writings.
don't. Is he
but
here? I don't know.
I'm not even sure.
Like, is always in camo.
Yeah. So, we're gonna
Just throw that over
yeah.
there. I don't know.
Preston,
If you're here,
if
man.
you see him, please give him that. We don't know what he looks like, but that's. Oh, Preston! Hey.
Oh, hey, man. Jeez.
Give Preston a round of
Spooked us.
applause.
All right, Preston.
Yeah, fantastic. Yes. This next young man embodies metal. I mean, he is metal in and out. I don't know if Dr. Fauci recommended 6 feet apart for COVID, but really, have you ever looked at Calvin? Like, just his look tells you to stay 6 feet away.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, he's like a don't mess with me,
Oh,
6
yeah.
feet away metal. That is like something I've tried to create.
We try and embody our Calvin
Right.
on stage
Yeah.
with our metal.
Right. And so the thing is with Calvin, though, if you see him, like, I'm not sure that he knows we're a metal band. Like, we play music. Like, he fabricates a lot of metal.
Mm-hmm.
He sends
Great
us
welder.
some really great, like, artwork. But we're not a business. We're a metal band. And so I know you love fabricating metal, and that's been your job for a long time.
Very skilled. Very
he is.
skilled.
So if you could grab, this is an example. We got you an example of what we're looking for. So right here, this is kind of the vibe we're going for. So continue to submit your work. Continue to grow in your passion of metalworking. I don't know what this means except keep going. That's all for you.
6 feet.
6 feet.
All right.
Give Calvin
a round of applause.
Yes. How are we doing on time? We doing okay? Yeah?
Soon.
Yeah.
All right. Man, this next one. When you think of a groupie, you think of, like, the free spirit. the flowy skirts, the peace, love, and harmony. Gather in circles, everyone. Let's talk about our feelings. Why are you hiding, Coyote?
Yeah, it's a lot of feelings.
Long, colorful hair, just floating around in her garden.
And we could use...
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's not metal. It's
Right.
definitely not metal.
No, it's not.
But it did go with our hippie vibe back in the
Right.
day, and we did appreciate, Coyote, the thing about her is, we get pretty crazy on the road, right? Everybody's kind of freaking out, breaking stuff. Things get loud, but Coyote always brings the sense of peace with her, the sense of calm. So actually, I have a special gift for my friend Coyote. There was once a teacher here named Alyssa Hartson who gifted me this little hippie crown.
It's really sweet. It's really
So I'm
nice.
going to ask my friend Coyote to come up here. I'm no longer a hippie. I'm full metal. So I'm now passing this along to you.
That is, wait. Come back, please. Come back. So we know you want to be in this culture, and we need more peace, like we said. But in order to do that, you need to be tatted up. I'm not sure if pictures are going. I'd love to give you a wet wipes tat. Like we can just,
Load
All right.
her up.
Yeah. We're going to just do this real quick. We got the piece there. We got the metal here. Just getting that.
This is just to get you started.
Yes, that's yeah. All right.
Metal up, girl.
Yes.
Thank you, Kaya. Oh man, this is a big one.
Oh yeah.
We've got this sweet
He's
fan.
a sweetie.
He is
He's
such
a sweetie.
sweetheart.
Man, look at him. Look at him. He's so
just
sweet.
this. He wants to be metal so
He
bad.
is adorable.
Oh, you guys, he
Look at
sends
him.
us these pictures, trying to be all tough. He submits them to the
Yeah.
fan club, and we're like, oh, look at this guy.
And he's a leader.
Big leader.
What he tells us is that he leads all these.
Right.
I even heard that he sat in on some teacher interview or something.
Right.
Which is why.
I know.
Who does that?
This guy does everything.
Stop.
Right.
Too
much.
Stop. It's too much. But it's really sweet.
It is.
It is. That's really.
The thing is, though, Raiden, if you want to be a leader in the music culture with us, it takes a little bit more grit, my man.
Yeah.
And we know you've got some sweet muscles under that shirt right
They're
now.
popping. Look at them.
So
popping muscles.
You hold your mic.
Oh yeah.
So we got you something here, man. Yeah, we got you this shirt. There we go. Come on up, bud. Get up here. There we go. Wet wipes swag. Don't hide those muscles. There it is. There. You got it. You got what it takes.
Gun show.
Gun show. All right, off
Next steps.
stage. Okay, so lastly, we saved this last chunk here for our little proteges.
Yeah,
you guys, these two have been aspiring to be us for
Yeah.
so long.
They have.
It's cute.
It is really cute.
It's
they have
cute.
a cute little thing going on.
They got this
yeah.
little band.
Right.
It's called
the
Fuzzy Wuzzies.
Yeah,
or
the soaring
some-
marshmallows.
Something like the kitties.
The
with
gliding.
The fur.
gliding.
What's the
gliding
fuzzy
fuzzies.
something? Yeah.
What
They
is-
follow
what's
us
it? What is
around,
it? Yeah.
they try to prove that they're metal.
Right.
Like Benson one time's putting this hot pepper in his eye, and he's like, "Look how
Yeah.
cool I am." He's crying and stuff.
Yeah,
and I was
heard
like, "No,
this.
it's metal, man."
Yeah. Right.
I saw tears, Benson.
Right.
I saw tears.
Yeah, they want to. I mean, and we want them to continue their music passion. They have such a high ceiling, and I've heard they brought so much to the community at the school.
Get up here, little tykes. Get up here.
But we need to start you
cutie pies
from the beginning. Yeah, this is really adorable.
We'll help you guys, okay?
Yeah. So
we
for
want
your-
you to succeed.
So for your
Noah?
gliding,
Noah?
gliding marshmallow band, whatever you're calling this, the soaring
not ready
fluffy
for a
teddy
stick.
bears.
Start small.
Yeah, start small.
You'll
but
get
we're
there.
here. I can see it in the next couple of years. We'd love to have you open for us.
Well, hold on. That's not.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just trying to be.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Dream big.
Yeah.
Yeah, but.
Right.
You'll never.
But continue.
Be us.
Keep going. And I hear they're going to be at this small thing called Summerfest.
Summerfest? I don't know,
Summerfest.
something
Yeah.
like that?
It's a really
I
small.
don't know.
Small
Yeah, all right,
thing.
all right, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, September 18th. We will
12
be
p.m.
we'll be in Tokyo at that time. You know, we'd love to come, but we will send us pictures. We'll have our manager look at them and then tell us how they are.
You're welcome,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
All right.
so, in all seriousness, we
Was this not serious?
Oh, we love our groupies. They mean the world to us. We tried to highlight in this theme some of their passions and the qualities that they bring. They are such cool individuals. They really, they're a joy to be around. They're a joy to teach. And they have just an enormous ceiling and future ahead of them. And we wish them the best. And we still need your membership fees coming in.
Venmo.
Venmo. So keep that. We have a merch store if you want to continue to buy our stuff. But really, we hope for the best. Come back and see a Wet Wipes 2022 next year. Who knows?
Sponsored by Clorox.
You know, come back and see us. Don't be strangers.
All right. Thank you all.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a hard one to follow. But actually not, because now is the moment that you've all been waiting for. The present. Oh, did y'all hear what I said? Okay. We're going to do the presentation of diplomas. So let's start with Raiden McMahon Edseth Griffin. Woo! We usually give hugs. This is hard. Preston Paul Ivy. Coyote Moon Johnson. Lucille Castro O'Halloran. Calvin Jules Leroy Renard. Noah Aaron Tresner.
This is my diploma.
Woohoo! And Benson Travis Wood. One last hand for all our graduates. Congratulations. Woo!
Thank you, Stacy and Ian, and congratulations to the class of 2021. Before we begin our closing remarks, I'd like to thank a few people without whom this graduation would not be possible. Thank you, Stacy Levin, for all her tireless work creating the graduation signs, the programs, our school yearbook, and coordinating tonight's event. Thank you to Will Nimmo and his team from Monona Community Media for streaming tonight's event and providing our sound. Finally, thank you to the entire MG21 staff for their compassionate and dedicated work over this entire year. Thank you to administrators Melissa Hahn and Shelby Steele for their guidance and support and advice. And thank you to the MG21 Governance Board for helping us navigate this wild and challenging year. This year, in addition to our graduates, we also will say farewell to two pivotal members of our MG21 family. Teacher, advisor, mentor, and dear friend Ian Lowe, and Governance Board President, co-founder of MG21, corrector of grammar, and dear friend Denise Peterson. Both have left indelible marks on MG21 and will be greatly missed. Thank you, Ian and Denise. We love you. I also want to give a shout out to members of the MG21 class of 2020. Yeah, in the back there. So good to see you here tonight in person. Yay.
All this stuff inside. My speech. Thank you. Gosh, before I start, I'd just like to just take a moment to reflect on this time, this moment, right in time, as we get to enjoy this beautiful setting sun in the shade of this incredible cottonwood tree. We learned that this is a male cottonwood tree. It won't produce that fuzzy stuff that flies around. And how did we learn that? As we were building this cool arbor, we got rained on by these red catkins, which is I don't know what they are, but they produce them. And females produce green ones. And so female cottonwoods are the ones that put all the fuzzy stuff in the air, and the males make that possible. So, grandfather, thank you. Okay, tonight I am so pleased thinking about what each and every one of you guys has brought to my life and to the community of this school. You know, we're all changed just a little bit by the connections we've made with one another and the journeys that we've shared. We as a staff have had the privilege to walk next to these students, for some of them for 4 years, while they've boldly blazed their path. You know what I'm saying, Benson, Noah? We've witnessed the obstacles, seen the waverings and the hardships, but those are not what comes to mind here and now. What comes to mind instead are words like resilience, adaptation, commitment, and single-mindedness of purpose. Not necessarily values that you expect to see in metalheads or mechanics or writers. These are values that you see in the fighting spirit of our men and women in the United States Marines. So I really encourage you all to enlist. Just kidding. These graduates, this class of 2021, are a unique group in the sense that they've had to forge a path not experienced by any students in this country for 100 years. In many ways, they've had to do what many seniors in the past have had to do, like hustle to get everything done in time for the school year to end. But what makes this group unique is that they did it with the uncertainty of a pandemic looming over the world like a cloud. For that, they deserve our utmost respect and our admiration. By meeting each day as you move forward in your lives, remember that it's your humor, compassion, and a healthy dose of sarcasm and determination that have gotten you here to this point in your life. This is a rite of passage into adulthood, this graduating from high school. Not often acknowledged in this society, but recognized right here and right now for what it is by all of us here. Remember the characteristics that allowed you to be here tonight? Always embrace your stubborn determination. Be empathetic always, for it's empathy that best reflects the kind of human beings we should all strive to be. Be hilarious and fierce in your determination, and always remember that you're beautiful. You, the graduating class of 2021, are an inspiration, and you give us hope for the future. Thank you.
Great. So, class of 2021, as you head into the next chapter of your lives, we hope you'll bring with you some of the lessons you've learned and the qualities that you've contributed to MG21 along with you. So, in the spirit of our senior wilderness trip, I have a few words for each of you. Raiden, your empathy for other people sparks connection and kindness in the world, and your leadership is inspiring. As you head out, may you bring connection and sweet muscles, but not palm marks. Preston, your ability to learn from history and nature to teach us about how to live in the present and care for our planet is wonderful. As you head out, may you bring with you compassion, but not camouflage. Coyote, the key to life is to spread positive energy and happiness whenever possible. So as you head out, may you bring with you true happiness, but not tortoise excrement. Lucy, your sassiness, intelligence, and kindness are a dynamic trio. So as you head out, you may bring all three, sassiness, intelligence, and kindness with you, but not procrastination. Calvin, quiet strength and a wicked sense of humor make for a loyal friend that can always be counted on. As you head out, may you bring quietness and mad graffiti skills, but not sticky candy that you leave for over a year in your desk drawer. Noah, calm, quiet, and thoughtful are highly underrated traits. As you head out, may you bring with you your voice and heavy metal percussion, but not fear. And Benson, music has the power to lift others up and bring joy, solace, inspiration, and hope. As you head out, may you bring sweet music, but not solos.
So I'd like to leave you with a parting quote. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Graduates, as you head out on the road today, remember love is more powerful than fear. Live out of love because love can change the world. Don't be afraid to act on your beliefs and your convictions. Seek knowledge always, and be willing to take risks to do the right thing. The journey does not end today. It's just the beginning. Please join me in congratulating the MG21 class of 2021. Woo! If you haven't done so, you can move your tassel officially. We'd like to invite everybody to have some refreshments with us. We've got cake and punch. And so please, it's under the arbor. Please come and stick around for a little bit, take some photos, and congratulate our graduates. Thank you all so very, very much for coming. We really appreciate you being here with us tonight.